Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Let me introduce myself. My name is Radian Ramadi Purnomo. I am a final student of the Accounting Department, Faculty of Economics, State University of Jakarta. In this video, I will explain about my thesis with the title "The Role of Firm Size as a Moderating Variable of Profitability and Leverage on Sustainability Report Disclosure." And this is chapter 1, Introduction. Research background. Significant development in the infrastructure sector in Indonesia have occurred in recent years. According to data from the Ministry of Public Works and Housing of the Republic of Indonesia, a series of infrastructure projects have been carried out and have had a positive impact on people's life, namely increasing regional economic growth, improving regional competitiveness, inviting private investment, and creating jobs. Initially, businesses only focus on single P or profit and seeking profit without considering its impact. The business paradigm then changed to a triple P paradigm: profit, people, and planet. Not only prioritizing profit, but also considering social and environmental impacts. The concept of sustainable development states that the needs of the present should not be at the expense of the needs of the future. This can be interpreted in the Sustainability Report. Sustainability Report describes economic, environmental, and social aspects. These three aspects explain how the company is accountable to the stakeholder in carrying out its operational activities. There are positive benefits when companies disclose sustainability reports, which can improve or protect the company's good image, maintain good relation with external parties, and gain legitimacy from the community. A company's ability to disclose its economic, social, and environmental activity through the sustainability report is important for long-term success, growth, and stakeholder trust. In Indonesia, financial statement company, issuer, and public companies are required to disclose a sustainability report since 2020 based on POJK number 51 of 2017. However, the implementation was postponed until 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The next is research question. Number 1, does profitability have a positive effect on sustainability report disclosure? Number 2, does leverage have positive effect on sustainability report disclosure? Number 3, does firm size as a moderating variable strengthen the effect of profitability on sustainability report disclosure? Number 4, does firm size as a moderating variable strengthen the effect of leverage on sustainability report disclosure? Next is research objective. Number 1, to determine the effect of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. Number 2, to determine the effect of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. Number 3, to determine the effect of firm size as a moderating variable of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. And number 4, to determine the effect of firm size as a moderating variable of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. The next is research benefit. In theoretical, expanding the literature, especially in the field of environmental accounting, and providing reference for the future research, and to support the theory of signaling stakeholders and legitimacy in explaining the role of company in disclosing sustainability report to the public. And for the practice, it can be for the company, investor, society, government, and for stock exchange. The next is chapter 2 is a literature review, and with the supporting theory The first theory is theory of signaling, the action taken by the company in providing signals information in the form of report disclosure to stakeholders as a consideration in assessing the company's future prospect. The second theory is theory of stakeholder. The company does not only operate to gain profit or for its own benefit, but must also provide benefit to stakeholders who are also involved in supporting the company's business. And the third theory is theory of legitimacy. Companies need to create a harmony between the social value inherent in their activity and the norm of behavior prevailing in society. The next is profitability. Profitability can measure the level of acquisition or profit compared to sales or total asset, and measure how much company's ability to earn profits related to sales, asset, and own capital. Profitability can be measured by several metrics, namely gross profit margin, net profit margin, return on asset, return on equity, and earning per share. A high level of profitability indicates that the company is able to manage its assets to obtain high profits. The next is leverage. Leverage measures the proportion of the level of debt used that a company has as a source of funding for its investment or operational activity. Company with high level of leverage will usually face a high risk of loss during a recession, but the expected income when the economy is good is also be higher, and vice versa. Leverage can be measured by several ratios, namely debt to equity, debt to asset, debt to long-term debt, tangible asset debt coverage, and time interest earned. The level of leverage reflects how much debt burden to the company bears compared to its total asset or equity. The next is sustainability report disclosure. GRI or Global Reporting Initiative defines sustainability report as the practice of measuring and disclosing company activity as responsibility to internal and external stakeholders regarding to the company performance in realizing sustainable development goals. Sustainability reports help companies to demonstrate their commitment to sustainable business practice and provide transparency on the impacts generated by their operation in the economic, social, and environmental fields. Sustainability report as a means for companies to disclose their impact of their operation in the aspect economic, environmental, and social. The next is firm size. The size of the company can be indicated by total asset, total sales, and total profit, which can be affected the company's social performance and achievement of the company goals. Firm size is often measured by looking at the total asset owned because it's considered capable of reflecting the size of company. Firm size can be measured by calculating the natural logarithm of value of the total asset. And this is a previous research that use profitability as variable independent, as an independent variable. And this is a previous research that use leverage as a independent variable for sustainability report disclosure. And now hypothesis development. The first one is effect of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. Profitability is the ability of company to generate profits. The higher the profitability ratio, the company will tend to make greater disclosure. This aims to show the public and stakeholders that the company has a good level of financial performance. A high level of profitability indicates that the company has sufficient funds so that the company can carry out social and environmental activity. Disclosure of sustainability report is carried out as a form of accountability to stakeholders with the aim of communication media while maintaining their support by providing additional information about activities and their effects on the economy, environmental, and social. Hypothesis number one is profitability has a positive effect on sustainability report disclosure. And the next is effect of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. Leverage is a ratio that measures how much the company is financed by debt in funding its operation. The higher of the level of leverage, the greater the consideration made by stakeholders when they decide to invest in the company. Therefore, company needs to provide a sustainability report on their activities and impacts on the economy, environmental, and social, so as to obtain healthy information about the company's performance and also maintain environmental activities and social activities in the hope to bring ethical profit and providing confidence to stakeholders. Hypothesis number 2 is leverage has a positive effect on sustainability report disclosure. Next, firm size as a moderator of profitability and on sustainability report disclosure. The size of a company reflects how large or small the company is, which can be measured by the asset or sales owned. Maximum use of asset can make profit for the company. Large company size is considered capable of obtaining high profitability, so that the company is said is to be able to carry out more social and environmental sustainability activity. Companies with a larger size are considered to be able to obtain high profitability will tend to make a greater disclosure in the sustainability report. This is a form of the company ongoing responsibility from its operational activity. Hypothesis number 3 is firm size as a moderating variable strengthen the effect of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. And the next is firm size as a moderator of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. Large companies tend to run their operational activity massively, so they need more funds to carry out their operational activity, which can be obtained from their own capital or make debt to external parties. Leverage is used to determine the extent to which the company's assets are funded by debt and also the company's ability to pay its debts. A large company size is considered capable of using its capital, including those from debt, regularly and well in order to get more profit, so that company is in a good financial performance condition. Companies are considered to need to disclose sustainability reports as additional information about activity that have an impact on the economic, for environmental and social as a form of responsibility. Hypothesis number 4 is company size as a moderating variable strengthen the effect of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. And the next is conceptual framework. With profitability is a hypothesis 1 to sustainability report disclosure. Leverage for hypothesis number 2 to sustainability report disclosure, and firm size as a moderating for hypothesis 3 with profitability to sustainability report disclosure, and firm size as a moderating for hypothesis number 4 with leverage to the sustainability report disclosure. And next is chapter 3 research method. Next is unit of analysis, population and sample. With unit of analysis is infrastructure sector company listed on Indonesia Stock Exchange or IDX. With the population is infrastructure sector companies listed on Indonesia Stock Exchange for the period of 2020 and 2023. With the sample technique used is a purposive sampling. And this is a description of the sample used in this observation. With the number of sample is 20 companies and the number of observation is 80. And next is data collection technique. With research method is quantitative. Data source is annual report and sustainability report published on the official website of IDX and the company website. With the data required is value of total asset, net profit value, value of total debt, and sustainability indicators. And analysis tool used is Microsoft Excel as a database and FUSE version 13 for the analysis. The next is variable operationalization with profitability as independent variable. Number 1. The profitability ratio used in this study is return on asset or ROA. This ratio measures the company's ability to earn net profit or profit after tax for shareholder based on the total asset owned by the company. The higher of the level of profitability ratio, the better and more efficient company performance in generating profit from its asset. The equation of return on asset is net income after tax divided by total asset. And the next is leverage as an independent variable. Number 2. The leverage ratio used in this study is debt to asset ratio or DAR. This ratio describes the comparison between how much debt is owned by the company when compared to overall asset. To obtain a safe leverage ratio level, the portion of the debt to asset level must produce the minimum possible value or solvable. And the equation of debt to asset ratio is total debt divided by total asset. And the next is sustainability report as a dependent variable. The standard that is widely used globally as guideline in disclosing sustainability report is standard issued by the Global Report Initiative or GRI. The 2016 GRI standard is used for the measurement of sustainability report in the study, with 60 indicators covering economic, social, and environmental components. Measurement of sustainability report disclosure is based on Sustainability Report Disclosure Index or SRDI, with the equation is number of items disclosed divided by expected number of items. And the next variable is firm size as a moderating variable. According to Hartono 2015, firm size can be measured using the company's total asset and calculating the natural logarithm value of the total asset. Companies that have large size tend to have a good image compared to small companies. In addition, it requires great effort for company manager to be able to improve the image with development of the company. With the equation of firm size is natural logarithm multiplied by total asset. The next is analysis technique. With the first is statistical descriptive analysis, including mean, median, maximum, minimum, and standard deviation. And the next is final data regression analysis with the model selection using Choate test, Hausman test, and Lagrange multiplier test to estimate the best model to use in panel data. In this study, panel data estimation is divided by 3 model, and number 1 is common effect model, number 2 is fixed effect model, and number 3 is random effect model. And the next analysis technique is moderated regression analysis, and the next is classical assumption test with normality test, multicollinearity test, heteroscedasticity test, and autocorrelation test. And hypothesis test is include partial significant test, model feasibility test, and determination coefficient test. The next chapter is chapter 4, result and discussion. The first one is data description. There are 55 companies in the infrastructure sector that are listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange consistently in 2020 until 2023. Based on this number, companies that fully issue annual report and sustainability report are 20 companies. The next is the result of statistical descriptive analysis. with the smallest data of variable SRDI or dependent variable is 0%. This data is from PT Indonesia Kendaraan Terminal Tbk in year of 2020, with the largest SRDI result is 65%. It is from PT XL Axiata Tbk in year of 2022, and the result is average higher than standard deviation, so SRDI data is less variable. The next is variable ROA, is an independent variable number 1 with the smallest ROA is negative 11.85% from PT Waskita Karya Persero Tbk in 2023, with the largest ROA is to 24.23%. It's from PT Paramita Bangun Sarana Tbk in year 2023, with average lower than standard deviation, so ROA data is heterogeneous or varied. And the next is variable leverage or DAR, with the smallest data is 14.53% is from PT Nusantara Infrastruktur Tbk in 2023, with the largest DAR is 360.01%. It's from PT Meratus Jasa Prima Tbk in year 2023, with the average is higher than standard deviation, so the DAR data is less variable. The next one is variable moderating is firm size, with the smallest number is 25.97910, is from PT Meratus Jasa Prima Tbk in year 2023, with the largest firm size is 33.29060, is from PT Telkom Indonesia Persero Tbk 2023, with the average is higher than standard deviation, so firm size data is less variable. The next is model selection test result. The first test using chow test, and the result is the cross section of chi-square value is lower than 0.05, so fixed effect model was selected and the test continued with the Hausmann test. And the Hausmann test, the result is the cross section random value is 0.8127, and it's higher than 0.05, so the random effect model is selected and the test is continued with Lagrange multiplier test. And in this test, the result is Bridge-Pagan probability value is negative 0.0417, and it is lower than 0.05, and then the random effect model is selected in this study. The next is classical assumption test result. With the first one test is normality test. The normality test can be measured using the histogram test by looking at the Jarque-Bera probability value. If the probability value is higher than 0.05, then the data is normally distributed. The result in this research, Charquebera probability is lower than 0.05, and the research data is not normally distributed, so the outliers are carried out to normalize the data. And after the outlier test, there are 6 data out of total of 80 observation data. So the final number of observation data is 74, and the result of Charquebera probability value is now higher than 0.05, so that the research data is normally distributed. And the next test is multicollinearity test. According to Ghazali 2018, the multicollinearity test has a provision if the correlation coefficient value lower than 0.9, then there is no correlation between its variable. The correlation coefficient value of the profitability variable with leverage and company size is negative 0.165132 and negative 0.274872 respectively. Meanwhile, the leverage variable with company size is negative 0.255992. Because the value of correlation coefficient is below than 0.9, then all variables are free from multicollinearity. The next test is heteroskedasticity test. To test heteroskedasticity test, Gleiser test can be performed. According to Ghazali 2018, the provision in the Gleiser test are if the probability value is higher than 0.05, then there is no heteroskedasticity. The probability value of the profitability variable is 0.0680, and the leverage variable is 0.5594, and the company size is 0.9144. The probability value of the three variables is more than 0.05, so that the regression model in this study does not occur symptom of heteroskedasticity. And the last classical assumption test is autocorrelation, with according to Santoso 2016, to test autocorrelation can use the Durbin-Watson test in making decision on the result of Durbin-Watson test. If the Dewey value is between -2 and +2, then there is no autocorrelation. And this result of test, Durbin-Watson statistical value is 1.4864x5. The value is between -2 and +2, so it shows that the data used in this study are free from autocorrelation. And the next one is panel data regression analysis. Panel data regression is regression model used to determine how much influence the independent variable have partially or simultaneously on the dependent variable by taking into account the number of individual and time series. Based on research result, the equation can be made as follows. SRDI with this equation. And the next is moderation regression analysis. Moderation regression is used to test whether the moderating variable can moderate the relationship between the influence of the independent variable and dependent variable. Based on the research result, the equation can be made, which is as follows. In this equation, the next is hypothesis testing result. With the first test is partial significant test. If the probability value is higher than 0.05, Then the independent variable has no influence on the dependent variable. Based on the partial significant test, the results are as follows. Number one is profitability or ROE obtained with the probability value is higher than 0.05. The result indicate that profitability cannot affect the disclosure of sustainability report. So hypothesis number one is rejected. And number two is leverage with the probability value is lower than 0.05. This result indicate that lower leverage can affect sustainability report disclosure. So that hypothesis number two is accepted. Number two is firm size as a moderating variable of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. Obtain probability value is higher than 0.05. This result indicates that firm size cannot moderate the effect of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. So hypothesis number 3 is rejected. And the last one is firm size as a moderating variable of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. With the probability value is higher than 0.05, this result indicates that firm size cannot moderate the effect of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. So that hypothesis number 4 is rejected. The next test is model feasibility test, and this test is whether the regression model is feasible to use to estimate the effect of independent variable on the dependent, which is carried out simultaneously, provided that if probability value of f statistic is under or lower than 0.05, then there is a simultaneous influence between the independent variable and the dependent, so that the regression model is feasible to use. And based on the research result, it's found that probability value of f statistic is under or lower from 0.05. It can be concluded that overall and together the profitability and leverage variable can influence the dependent variable on sustainability report disclosure, so that the regression model in the study is feasible to use. The next one, the last one is the coefficient of determination test. Is used to test the model's ability to explain variation of dependent variable with a value range of 0 until 1. If the value is close to 1, the regression model is able to provide more information in predicting the variation of in the dependent variable. And based on the research result, the adjusted R square value is 0.27152. This value indicates that the independent variable of profitability, leverage, and firm size as a moderating variable and can affect the dependent variable of sustainability report disclosure by 27.15%, while 72.85% is influenced by other variables that are not in this research model. And the last one is chapter 5 with summary. This study aims to determine the effect of profitability and leverage on sustainability report disclosure with firm size as a moderating variable. With the sample used in this study is a company engaged in the infrastructure sector listed on the IDX in the period 2020 until 2023, with total sample is 20 companies. The results obtained in this study are follows. Number one, profitability with return on asset obtained probability value is higher than 0.05, so that profitability has no influence on sustainability report disclosure. This shows that companies that have a high level of profitability do not necessarily disclose detailed information in their sustainability report disclosure. Number 2 is leverage as debt to asset ratio obtained probability value is under 0.05. This result indicate that leverage has an influence on sustainability report disclosure, with the meaning that companies with higher leverage level tend to be more transparent in disclosing sustainability reports, so that companies can convey their sustainability information to stakeholders. Number 3, firm size as moderating variable obtain a probability value higher than 0.05, so that firm size cannot moderate the effect of profitability on sustainability report disclosure. That include size of company cannot provide a significant additional effect on the relationship between the effect profitability and the disclosure of sustainability report. And the last one is firm size as a moderating variable gets a probability value higher than 0.05, so that firm size cannot moderate the influence of leverage on sustainability report disclosure. And this shows that the size of company does not have a significant effect in strengthening or weakening relationship between leverage and sustainability report disclosure. And the next one is implication. The first one is theoretical. The result of the study can be used as a reference for further research related to sustainability report disclosure, and also as empirical evidence related to profitability, leverage, and firm size or company size. The result of this study support the theory of signal, stakeholder, and legitimacy in relation to the result of the level of leverage that affect the disclosure of the sustainability report made by companies. The next one is practice is for the company, for investor, for society, for the government, and for the stock exchange. The next one is limitation of the research. Although the research was carried out in accordance with scientific procedures and guidelines, it doesn't rule out the possibility that this research still have several limitations, namely as follows. Number 1, there are only 2 independent variables used in this research, profitability and leverage, as well as 1 moderating variable is firm size with a coefficient determination value of 27.15%. So other variables that are related but not included in this research are 82.85%. Next, the research data use only focus on infrastructure sector companies listed on IDX in the period 2020 until 2023. So the sample use was only 20 companies. And the next one is research recommendation. Based on the limitation in this research, there are several recommendations that can be used as reference for further research, namely as follows. Number 1, replacing the profitability variable with measurement other than return on asset, or adding variables that are not in this research, namely other financial performance as liquidity and activity. Apart from that, you can also use non-financial variable as other independent variable. Next one, using another moderating variable that are able to moderate the independent variable that are able to influence sustainability report disclosures. And the last one is adding another sector to enrich and increase the number of samples so as to obtain better and more diverse results. And for the time. Sorry if there are error in my pronunciation and explanation, and that is the video explaining my thesis. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.